Some people out there who do news coverage will do you the disservice, or they'll try to sugarcoat it by saying, oh, sometimes I just really hate being right. No. We're going to dance on these fools because I absolutely called this. So you put some respect on this name. God damn it. Okay. I said, okay, well, everybody else was taking this stance. Oh, look at Demi Lovato decided to change her pronouns once again after she changed them to they, them. Now she changed them back because she's starting to feel more feminine. And guess what that proves? That proves the gender is just all made up. Yeah, we already know. Do your research. It's still the pinned video on my channel. I did the research. I seen this shit coming. It's as easy to read as Big Ben tells the time, for Christ's sakes. She, approaching her epiphany phase, oh, guess what? Celebrates her 30th birthday with her new boyfriend. She's finally getting dick down properly, and now she's starting to feel more female. Imagine that. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Imagine that. No. You idiots just continue to run on the headlines and don't do any further digging. If you want to get the truth, if you want to get a proper interpretation of events, holla at your boy. I just wanted to dunk on that to begin with because, oh, it feels good to be proven right sometimes, even though nobody gives a shit, except for me. And I give a lot of shit. Like, including this one dumb motherfucker from last week. It was the Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt video, okay? It got published at, like, 4 o'clock my time. I don't care where you are in the rest of the world. It got published at that time, and then within, like, the first 5 or 10 minutes of it getting published. So, obviously, somebody who has subscribed and had notifications turned on. Congratulations, thank you. And you managed to leave a downvote. It doesn't matter. Interaction is interactions, baby. So, you did something fucking good for me. So, yeah, no, he decided to leave a comment, which again, good little boy, thank you for being one of my biggest supporters out there. Decided to leave a comment. He's like four-eyed SOB. Oh, really cut deep. And then I replied to it. Thanks for being one of my biggest supporters. I'm glad you had your notifications turned on. Make sure to leave a super thanks next time. And they deleted the comment. Like, you dumb motherfucker. I still remember your name, motherfucker. So if you go ahead and post some other dumb shit like that, I'll put you on full fucking blast and we'll do a channel review of you little cunt. You got a couple hundred subscribers. Yeah, fucking keep it locked and loaded, stupid. I keep receipts. I don't forget. But anywho, just like a woman just wants to feel feminine at the end of the day and will do literally anything to get attention, here it is. We have two blatant examples of women not really caring too much about getting married. They just want a wedding at the end of the day because all women want is attention. Attention to women is like sex for men. They strive for it. They post on every social media that's out there, even before the advent of social media. What do women do in general from the time that they hit puberty all the way until their dying day? Spend 30 minutes up to multiple hours putting their face on, putting on all their makeup. Why do they do it? Well, I do it for myself. I just want to feel good. Who's the number one consumer of female beauty? Wait, well, any answers out there? That would be men, by the way. The other sex that you're attracted to. They give you the validation. Feminine existence, sorry to say it, is based solely on attention from the opposite sex. Men have to accrue their worth in order to get attention from the opposite sex. We are different. There are two sexes. I don't care how many genders are out there. I just put that into another basket and I just let idiots or clickbaiters, rage baiters, they can go ahead and make their own videos out there. I want to dig a little bit deeper than just the surface level. And maybe that's why I don't get the views that, no, let's be completely honest. I probably should at this point, but I'm not being entitled to anything. I'm just going to continue to do my content. I'm glad for anybody who decides to subscribe or leave a comment. So yeah, let's dunk on these attention hoes, shall we? Ben Affleck and J.Lo tie the knot in breathtaking Georgia ceremony at their $8.9 million plantation estate. I say, did everybody get a mint julep? Who got to stay in the slave shack? I wonder if that one was on Airbnb. Anyways, bride wore a stunning white. Oh, that's pretty fucking rich, given the fact it's J.Lo. How many times has she been married, by the way? I wonder if they get into that. Again, women don't care to get married. They just want the wedding. Wore a stunning white Ralph Lauren couture gown with groom and white and black tuxedo. As you do. As long as it's perfectly tailored, it could be Ralph Lauren or it could be Lauren Ralph. It doesn't fucking matter. Could have worn an Ethan Ralph tuxedo. go. If you know, you know. Anyways, not true. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have tied the knot again? Or what was that the first time? Because I'm a man of a certain age, and I remember when J.Lo came around, and Lord have mercy. Okay, Al, hi. You were in The Godfather. You were in Godfather 2. You were in Donnie Brasco. You were even in, to a lesser extent, Heat. Not a big fan of Heat, by the way. But you were in some of the greatest films of all time, and then you were in goddamn Geely and Click. Was that Adam Sandler abomination that Al Pacino is just... It's so weird how a guy can be in absolute cinematic masterpieces. Serpico, Scent of a Woman, Glengarry, Glen Ross, Dog Day Afternoon. Do I have to keep going? The Devil's Advocate! Even though it's not that great of a film, let's be completely honest. And then you can be party to like one of the pre-Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie romances that were out there. That was before Ben Affleck was just Matt Damon's dopey friend before he decided to direct that overrated Argo film. Not Argo. Oh, The Town. Fuck that film. I hate it. I don't like it at all whatsoever. I thought it was mediocre at best. And people praise Argo to the moon and back, and I ain't gonna see that fucking nonsense. And then Jennifer Lopez, oh yes, Jenny, who has been used by the entire block, and you guys have the audacity to have a white-gowned bride taking her 10th trip down the aisle. Like, what the fuck are you doing? The celebrity couple known as Ben Affleck, like that, you're just running this shit back from 20 fucking years ago. Okay, give it up. A celebrity couple known as, God, you got anything better to do? Well, I don't want to die alone. How about you? Okay, let's just get this over with. Wowed the audience with Lopez wearing a stunning white Ralph Lauren couture gown coming with a long train. Probably something that's in her past as well. But again, this is just a show marriage anyways. Because Lopez realizes that all of her appeal stems from her beauty, okay, because she was the original Kim Kardashian with a fat fucking ass, okay, and now it's starting to wilt, even though she looks exceptionally good for being 56 or some shit like that. Like, this bitch is old as hell. Oh, 53, sorry. Ben Affleck's 50? I thought he was older than that. Well, he's got the mentality of like a 20-something-year-old. So again, he would be dumb enough to marry an older woman. What the fuck is wrong with you? Donned a smart white tuxedo jacket, black bow tie, and black pants, and towered over his 53-year-old bride. It's just hilarious how people who have been married multiple times still want to have this big, extravagant wedding. And I'll throw Ben Affleck in this one as well, because he's so bitched up, you might as well have a pussy. They might as well, instead of kissing, just fucking scissored, okay? Just get it over with. Pair's happy reunion comes 20 years after they first dated and got engaged. I wonder if they used the same... That would have at least been funny if they would have used the same engagement ring. Like, come on. Only to call off their wedding in the fall of 2003. Oh, no. Blaming excessive media attention. Oh, what's her name? Ana de Armas, who Ben Affleck, if he was going to marry anybody, like, come on, dude, you were looking a little, I don't know, Hispanic-y there for a minute with your selections, and you chose wrong. You should have went Cuban instead of Puerto Rican. But she said the reason that she fled from California to New York was because of media coverage. And I don't even know that they dated, to be completely honest. The couple was followed down the aisle after their nuptials by close friend and family, including their children from Jennifer's third husband, Mark Anthony. Now that I know a little bit more about history, it's so appropriate that Mark Anthony fucked the modern day Cleopatra. It's just so on the fucking nose. I wonder if anybody was making those jokes at the time. As well as Affleck's first wife, Jennifer Garner. What a bitch move, so you don't end up, playing out that old hack joke where you end up calling out somebody else's name in the sack. You just wife up the same fucking, the same bitch with the same first name. Like, come on now. And by the way, oh right, he was the first Daredevil. I was going to say Elektra's way hotter than Jenny from the block, but Colin Farrell in the background cracking terrible one-liners. Joining Affleck were his 3 kids from his marriage to Jennifer Garner, 16-year-old Violet, 13-year-old Serafina, and Sam at 11. I guess they just ran out of creative names by the time that the third one popped out. And standing by J.Lo were her twins, Em and Max, that she had with Mark Anthony. Hilarious, so they can end up cucking each other. How adorable. They can live this fucking Brady Bunch existence. Get your own TV show or some shit like that. Garner was notable for her absence, with Affleck's brother Casey also declining to attend, saying he had prior parental commitments in Los Angeles. fucking wild, dude. You couldn't make it to your own brother's wedding. Like, I don't like to go out and do a whole bunch of family activities, okay? I've missed out on funerals for people who I haven't seen in several years, okay? I've declined wedding invitations as well for people that are peripherally affiliated with my family. A couple of friends have gotten married, and it's like I said, my condolences. But outside of that, man, if my sibling ever got married, I'd regrettably carve out the time. I wouldn't be excited about going, but it's one of those things where you need to go for. Anybody, my sibling or my parents, anything regarding them, okay, I'm taking the time to do that. That says a lot right there. Ex-wives not turning up to your next marriage, like, that just seems pretty fucking standard. Okay. But just the audacity of having such a luxurious, honestly, what, 7th, 8th wedding at this point? Like, between the two of them, I think they probably have double digits. Okay, it's so nice to have Ricardo Montalban, resurrected to do the ceremony, I think. But, oh yes, just a nice little intimate affair. But I'll link to this article if you want to, look through all of the, drone shots that the paparazzi got of this wedding. There was enough camera work there. Well, I'm sure they're just going to be drip feeding probably out for the gram for the rest of their photos. Like, there was so many camera operators that were on the scene there. And that's just one candid selfie shot that was, shot on a toaster. Like, what the fuck is this resolution? But you can see how bitched up Ben Affleck is. Like, who's leaning in? Like, oh, for fuck's sakes. This is so obviously a fucking show marriage at this point. Like, just stop. Fucking stop, okay? Somebody bought into the lie. Somebody's so terribly fucking blue-pilled where they think that they're going to be one of those saddled men at the end of the life. Or at the end of their life. Oh, I don't want to die alone. We're all going to fucking die alone. Just fucking learn to deal with it. But on the other side, on the flip side of this one, okay? Somebody who espoused the feminist rhetoric for fucking ever. Okay? Somebody who said, nope, just go ahead, forgo having children. Forgo all that stuff. You go out there and you pursue your career. Even though the person espousing this rhetoric was a COO of one of the most profitable companies of all fucking time, Facebook, COO, okay, Chief Operating Officer. She's on her way out now because she was getting married. Oh, wow, imagine that. Better late than never, right? Sheryl Sandberg ties the knot with businessman Tom Bernthal and cowboy-themed Wyoming wedding. You're both in your 50s. What the fuck do you need a theme for? The theme should be a justice of the peace and taking a trip down to City Hall. Like, for fuck's sakes. Like, what? Are you gonna consummate and hopefully end up powdering some of those fucking eggs? Like, the purpose, the idea behind marriage was always, okay, it was supposed to be a bond of two souls in order to procreate and continue the legacy of the family on. Is she even going to take Tom Bernthal? I don't know who the fuck this motherfucker is at the end of the day. Probably somebody who makes as much, if not more money than she ever did. Founder and former CEO of Kelton Global. Yeah, no, somebody who's in the in-group. It's hypergamy at any age and always needing attention. All this shit is just so fucking wild, dude. And take a look who's there. The lavish ski resort was booked for guests, including the groom's brother, Hollywood actor Jon Bernthal. Oh, I've actually heard of him. I don't know what movies he's been in, but I know of him. Alongside the tech titans and Washington, D.C. power players. Shouldn't that be so obvious, right? Like, whenever I say that there's a fascistic relationship between government and big tech, the fact that Secretary of State Antony Blinken, instead of dealing with, the multitude of crises right now, managed to carve out a little bit of time to go see Sheryl Sandberg's old ass finally get fucking married off in Wyoming, nonetheless, no less, right? This is after they were campaigning for Liz Cheney. Like, come on, just managed to swing on by the old lavish event. Like, come on, you're 50, still wanting to have the textbook, or not the textbook. Well, actually, yeah. The textbook end to your stupid career. You found the man of your dreams as you guys were both power players. And now you're both going to be retired and live in some compound doing some non-profit shit, trying to fucking run the world from the shadows. How fucking adorable. I'll give him credit, though. At least the dude in this picture, when it comes to being in a relationship, he at least looks like he has the frame on this one. And another reason why Sheryl Sandberg gave up all of her feminist ideology is because, just like Demi Lovato in the beginning, she finally getting dick down properly and then just deciding, oh fuck, maybe this career shit is retarded. Because Meta is Meta at the end of the day. They own and run a sizable amount of the internet. Not quite all of it, but enough. Put them and Google in charge, and you basically got 95% of the fucking market share. That's not porn. Oh, except for YouTube, or not YouTube, sorry. Except for, Facebook's predilection for child porn. But outside of that, that's neither here nor there. She was basically number 2 to the android. Probably the only living human being that was ever in the office at the Meta headquarters. And she decided to give it all up with a sizable windfall, let's be completely honest, behind that with all of her stocks and shit. You know who she looks like? I don't know, maybe this is like an anti-Semitisms. She looks exactly like Bob Iger, the former CEO of Disney. Like, okay, he's there, that's her. Does anybody else see the similarity, or am I just crazy? That's highly possible. But she looks more like Iger than he looks like his brother. Just saying, that's a little bit weird. What is she wearing, a wire, or a big belt? I don't know. But I'll tell you guys, the entire point of this is every woman's gonna tell you that she's special and unique and different. But when you boil it all down to the root, at the end of the day, they just want to feel like a woman. They all want the same goddamn shit. You're not as unique as you think you are. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.